Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all had a fantastic start to your week here. Yesterday's fun run was a lot of fun, and hopefully today's is even better, although we are starting with Explosivo and Vade Retro, 3 Whiskey Kilo, 1 Juliet Lima, Whiskey Juliet. And to address, not yesterday, but last week's episode, yes, I did call Rotten Tomato Rotten Apple for I don't know how long. That's what happens when you go in and when you're just locked in, man. You know, when you've got a bad run, you got bad stats, bad everything. Sometimes you call items just the wrong name. That's just gonna happen. And also people were talking about the Sinvicta verse, Isaac verse, Mosh Pit verse, whatever. And I honestly don't remember that conversation, but apparently I forgot about Husky and Krendor and Alex most of all. And I honestly do not remember that. If you could remind me what that conversation was, please let me know, because again, whenever I'm facing a bad run, I verbally and mentally check out, and I usually just talk. It's total stream of consciousness, in one ear, out the other, because I am so locked in and trying to make sure that nothing goes wrong, and especially losing would be the ultimate wrong for me. I am going to bomb the keeper here. I did not mean to hit the donation machine, but we did. Sure. We have a tower card and now the Wheel of Fortune card. And starter deck, which is going to turn all pills into tarot cards. We can also hold 2 cards at once now, so it's not a bad mistake. I wasn't really going for starter deck, but you know, we got it, so might as well use it. There you go. There's a nice chain reaction, Vade Retro there. So it's interesting here with Vade Retro and Explosivo. It's 2 explosive items that do kind of the same thing in a way, in the sense that they explode. Explosivo is way, way, way more reliable, though, on bosses. You do have to be careful of the Explosivo explosion, because it can and will harm Isaac, whereas Vade Retro cannot, as you see right there. Get another movement speed upgrade, so we've got good stats going to start this off with. Yeah, I do truly not remember what the whole discussion of the Sinvicta verse was, so please remind me. Wow, we got a Miracle Soul Heart right there, and I will take that. So what Vade Retro does, by the way, is it will, whenever you kill an enemy, it's going to spawn a triggerable exploding spirit. Now, those can chain reaction, as you see right there, into other explosive spirits, but then you just start detonating them more and more and more, and the next thing you know, you can clear out an entire room very, very quickly. So Vade Retro is one of those, it's kind of a niche active item, a niche skill active item. I do wish that the little spirits that spawn, I wish that they did go gravitate more towards enemies more aggressively. As it stands right now, you can sort of influence their path, but it's not, you basically have to shoot through them and kind of push them with your tears in the direction that you want them to go. And that can be a little unwieldy, because while you're trying to do that, remember you're trying to shoot other things too. So the last thing that I want to do is try to babysit a familiar that should just be, I hope, doing it on its own. But if you happen to have the tears right, then it's pretty easy. Like if you had Soy Milk or something like that. I feel like the boss is over here, and I feel like that's the wrong info. Did get one of the leapers there, so that's fine. Super Secret Room is probably to the left of here, so it wasn't a bad choice. And yep. So hoping for some good offense early on here. Our starting stats are stable. Even our tears rate is okay. But obviously, we want to start off hotter than we did yesterday. Wow, so many soul hearts. We had 5 soul hearts on this floor from 2 tinted rocks and 1 random one that just dropped, so I will take that. Now, Explosivo is going to be largely, I don't know why I did that. Explosivo is going to be largely useless against Limehorn here. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to bomb the fortune telling machine there. But surprisingly, Vade Retro is not, because the dark matter balls that Little Horn spawns, they do spawn those Vade Retro spirits. I don't like taking the quarter here, especially inside of a devil deal, but it's either this or we get stuck with angel deals again, and I ain't gonna let that happen. For one soul heart, we have had quite a plethora of soul hearts, so I am gonna go down to the curse room just to check it out. Secret room is also probably right there, but we don't have any bombs. Another Wheel of Fortune and a moon card, which is going to get us out of the curse room for half price. And we do find 5 cents in the spot that I postulated the room would be in. So now we have a very important decision here. We could and should take the coupon. We already have the devil deal. We already have the devil deal precedent locked up. So whenever we get a devil deal, we can use the coupon to actively get free items. And then we can also try to save 15 cents here, which we will be able to do because we're just going to buy all this. Arrow Walk. I don't want the Wheel of Fortune. And we could probably bomb it, but I think I'll just save it in the Joker card, obviously. And then what we do is either one of these is going to save us money. We're going to get the 9-volt for free. So bam, there we go. No problem at all. We have the coupon ready. We have a Joker card ready to go as well. So excellent play there. Very, very strong start. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of Explosivo. It has been on occasion been known to help us out greatly in times of need. Now, I don't know if this run is in particularly a time of need yet, but it's always nice to have some kind of I don't want to say fail-safe option because you can absolutely die from Explosivo, but it's nice to have something as a backup for secondary damage. If we don't get damage upgrades, we still have Explosivo, which deals a static amount of damage, which is good enough to kill most things, especially if we get enough tears rate. We don't necessarily have to worry about our damage upgrades, necessarily anyway, because of the fact that Explosivo can stack on the same target, and as long as they don't shed them stacks, then they will absolutely, positively die. We just kind of set it and forget it. Even on Leapers, they can't even get away fast enough. And Mom's Key is an excellent pickup here. Now, we could try to YOLO it, and let's see what we get with the coupon. Get a bomb, okay. Let's chill for a second. Before we start spending money, let's wait and see what other kind of full charge options we might have. That one's one hit from death. There we go. One's 3 or 2. It's hard to tell because Explosivo does deal contact damage, but I don't know if it's full. I don't know if it's full strength contact damage, as in our tears rate, our tier damage. 3.56, which is just barely over base starting Isaac damage. So you know, damage upgrades are a huge plus here, as always. We can try to get a full charge on the coupon and then use it in the shop, maybe, but we absolutely need to go into the boss room with a full charge on the coupon. Otherwise, there's no it's just a waste of a possession. It's like a turnover in football. Why did we take the coupon if we're not going to use it for the primary function of it, which is to get a free double deal? All we have to do is just land one Explosivo shot on the target, and that's it. So let's go. Let's just take out the devil deal now if we get one. I am going to go into the shop again and bomb the keeper just to raise our chances of getting a devil deal slightly, but you never know. Then if we don't go anywhere with this, we still have a whole floor of full charges to go that we can eventually get something out of the shop with. And we get a horseman here on floor 3, which is definitely not ideal, but look at that. Huge Explosivo damage. As soon as they all went off, that's game over for Pestilence. So we get our full charge there. No devil deal as expected. Yeah, we got the full charge. Now we want to play a little bit wiser. So I think what I'm going to do, because I do want to use the soul converter, but I don't necessarily want to pay for it. So let's buy 2 things that we know that we need anyway, or at least we may need, and then let's use the coupon to save ourselves 15 cents, get ourselves an HP upgrade. We might even get a couple HP upgrades here, to be honest. Because it's not like we're going to use the coupon anymore on this floor, so... Yeah, just 1 explosive O. There you go. I don't recall ever picking up the coupon again. I swear, man, my brain is going. It is going. I legit have no memory of picking up the coupon. I'm gonna open up this golden chest because we have Mom's key now, and look at that, we get a loot explosion of goodies. A little bit bummed that we didn't get a double deal and no damage upgrade, but there's always next floor. There's always the item room. Who knows? We might even get Polyphemus or something like that in the item room. Now, game, if you give me Polyphemus by me just saying that off the cuff here, you're gonna get me in trouble. I think I might take 1 more Red Heart upgrade. Let those explosive tears kind of just shoot off. I am going to go into the cursed room here. There we go. I'll take 1 more, and then we're good on HP. Red Heart HP is all bueno. Fighters and soul hearts. Nice. Maybe I'll take 1 more. So that way we have a half rack of red hearts and a half rack of soul hearts. I think that's plenty of red hearts here. I will take my reflection. No bleeding. Gonna be a nice damage upgrade, nice range upgrade. Shot speed upgrade's a little crazy, but there was a time where I would poo-poo my reflection pretty much every single time. And it was because of the fear of running into Ipecac and wanting it, but then not being able to take it. You can bomb this for some moolah. Moolah and a key. I'll take that. It's even better. And a luck upgrade. Look at that. So our luck is not positive yet, but it's on the way. And I'd say it was it's an average floor there. We got Mom's key, which is good. First loss. We didn't have mapping anyway. This is a tinted rock right there, by the way. Right there. You can see that X that I was talking about last week very, very clearly on the left side of this rock right here. Compare the sprite to this one. There's no scour on that left side. There's a scour here. No more plainly obvious. And we get Squeezy, which I absolutely will take. Not only is this going to give us a big Tears upgrade, but also 2 more Soul Hearts. I'm going to save that Soul Heart and pick it up later. If I don't forget it anyway. Which I probably will. Let's see what this random secret room has to offer. There's a crawl space and a strength card. Yeah, see, I want the strength card here. Could I have used the Joker card? Yes, I could have, but there we go. I could have used the Joker card in that last floor, but with it being only at 36%, I figured we probably weren't going to get one anyway. So let's go ahead and get one here. Now, if we don't get one here, then I'll be kind of upset. I will use the Joker card. Another tinted rock, plain as day right there. Small rock, which I will take. It's going to lower our movement speed, which is already pretty high. It wasn't high. It wasn't like too high, but it was high for this stage of the game, so this is fine. I'd much rather have the Tears upgrade and the damage upgrade. We are just smoking this room right now. Nice little cheeky damage there with Cube of Meat. You may not have noticed that. Get another strength card, which I'm just going to go ahead and just leave. So let's go back and get that soul heart now before I forget it. Thank you, Squeezy. This feels like the wrong way to the item room. This is probably the way to the boss, but this feels like the wrong way to the item room. Look at that shot speed, man. Oh, must have been gas. Yeah, see, you need to get the heck out of dodge. There's another tinted rock over there, too. Lost contact's kind of iffy with my reflection. I'll take it just in case, but... Now, the only downside of my reflection is that we can take Brimstone, but more likely than not, we're not going to be able to use it as much as I would like to, because you basically have to fire in reverse, which is annoying. It's going to be Fistula. Fistula is not long for this world. Explosions going off everywhere, man. The meat. We do get the devil deal. We also get an ultra secret room, or apparently we didn't get a devil deal. So there's that. And no, I don't count that as a devil deal. And I know we're missing the shot, but I want to kind of make boss rush, so we'll just skip it. You'll have to tell me. I'm curious to see where the mosh pit lands on this side of the coin. If you have Curse of Lost, are you more or less apt after beating the boss to go backtrack and explore the rest of the level, or are you just going to say screw it and just go down to the next floor? Part of it, for me anyway, is laziness, but I also don't have the patience to really mess with Curse of Lost and waste everyone's time. It's obviously different if you're not recording content for the Binding of Isaac, but I don't think anyone wants to sit there and watch me aimlessly look for just a shop, only for it to be like a greed fight or something anyway. There's usually a tinted rock in here. This time there's not. And Canes of the Rye. I mean, I guess. Let's use the reverse moon card, and we are going to maybe get champion belt if we can get a bomb. Cain's Other Eye will also shoot a tier in the random direction. It shoots your tiers, so whatever you have, including Brimstone, which is kind of neat. But the downside is that it's in a random direction. You have no idea where it's going to be shooting. And also, it can move bombs when you don't want them to. So you got to be careful of Cain's Other Eye. Look at that, able to get the range anyway. I don't know why Guts needed to make sound, but this is one big, long Isaac circle, and I didn't even see that creep there because I hit the tab key at the inopportune moment. I almost want to bomb my way out of this room. This is one of my least favorite rooms in the game. Not because it's necessarily dangerous, it's just annoying to deal with if you don't have piercing shots. So a slight misplay there with the Ultra Secret Room moon card. I could have and should have looked for a challenge room and then used it so I could have at least stolen that golden chest. But we're running out of time here for boss rush now. Let me guess, this is the wrong way to go. That would be correct. How did I know? Vengeful Spirit is not good. And I think boss rush is very steadily dying now. That was a horrible horrible dead end there. This is a horrible. This is just a horrible map in general. Look how many nooks and crannies there are in hallways that make you think you're going the right direction, and then it's just a giant circle with 4 dead ends attached to it. So this shows you our real true damage here without Explosivo. And notice how long those Monstros took to kill. And yeah, now Boss Rush is dead in the water. So we are not going to make Boss Rush, unfortunately. No idea that there was one next to me. We can take you. I will buy you. And we get a full charge for free, so thank you. We could take Bogo Bombs. Would have been a great run for Keeper Sack. Of course, that's any run, though. A Flat Penny, which is going to give us a chance to spawn a key after... picking up a coin, of course. We'll take Betrayal, even though I think it's a doo-doo item. I just kind of wish Betrayal did more. We are going to get Guppy out of nowhere. We got that with just one Devil Deal. I am going to lose this last Soul Heart because we're not going to make Boss Rush. I want to see what's in here. I mean, sure, I guess. Explosivos should wreck these bosses as long as it's not Monstro or anything that can leap. There we go. So we get a somewhat of an HP upgrade, more like a Holy Mantle. It's a shame that we're going to miss Boss Rush unless we find Mama Mega inside of the shop. We were really, really cooking there, and that Curse of Lost plus the dead end really... the dead end on Depths 1 kind of killed it at that point. There goes Boss Rush. It's now an impossibility unless if we get Mama Mega. Of course, Guppy's a huge pickup here. And we've gone the wrong way. All right. Go check out this side of the map. There's probably nothing down here, so let's just complete the meme real quick. The room usually has a Tinted Rock in it, but not this time. Okay, Hangman card. It's going to be a little bit redundant. There's our Fool card, which doesn't really matter now, but there's still a chance for us to find Mama Mega. Especially if there's a black market down there. Now we're talking. But there's not. Would be Dr. Fetus, and that will be an item that I will not be taking, especially with my reflection. That's like actually death right there. And it also completely invalidates Guppy. And we wouldn't have made Boss Rush anyway. Look at the size of this freaking non-labyrinth room. We had a map yesterday on stream where it was like it was gorgeous. The first 2 maps of that run were maybe 10 or 11 rooms, and that was it. And I was telling the mosh pit, I was telling them, man, like, just imagine if Isaac was like any other roguelite, where the maps didn't go for a planet size worth of exploration just to get to the same boss that we're going to see anyway. Like, look at the size of this map. Now condense that down into about half of the size and think how much faster the runs would be, how much more fun it would be to explore. You would actually do some exploring. Like, that would be amazing. That is not amazing. All right, so this was pretty much a big old waste of a floor, but we did get Guppy. About the only good positive out of that one. I'll take the Polaroid here, and or Babylon would give us speed and damage, which at this point I'm kind of just gonna take, even though I think Horror Babylon is not great anymore. Too conditional, you know. That was our bombs. Get Abba Dabba Ding Dong. Now that is a pickup right there. We can get Dry Baby for free, which we might as well. Then we will take Abba Dabba Ding Dong, movement speed, damage. Let's roll. No reason for us to use our 2 of clubs right now. We would only gain 1 bomb anyway. Okay. Unlike yesterday, had we had Pandora's Box, the Strange Key would have been very fun to use, but we don't. Piercing shots would be amazing if we had them. Spectral Tears would be amazing if we had them. As long as Peep doesn't jump, yeah, he's toast. There's no reason for us to go in the curse room at this point. We're not going to find anything in there that we would want already. Other than maybe a Devil Deal not transformation, teleport. I'm telling you, man, my brain is just going kind of was that Tin Rock? No, there wasn't. Kind of in autopilot right now. I'm also trying not to concentrate too hard on the ulcer underneath my tongue. It has gotten better since yesterday, but it's still a little rough. It's like it's right on that spot that hits the top of your lower canine. Does that make sense? So anytime that I say certain words or phrases, it would just hit it, and it's like it resets it all over again. And someone who has to speak for a living, that's very annoying to deal with. While trying to properly enunciate and pronounce words that I can already barely do, apparently. Move this stone chest over here to the barrel. We're still holding out hope that we're going to get a few more bombs. That way we can bomb our way cleanly through the cathedral. And Death is just going to get mollywopped by Explosivo. Now I guess I'll take Cuban Meat. So you saw Betrayal happen there. If you don't know what Betrayal is, by the way, it's a passive item that will cause enemies who shoot other enemies to turn on each other. So if one of these Screaming Fetuses gets hit by another projectile, it will actually count as damage, and then the one that got hit will start going after the one that hit it. So in theory, it sounds like a great item. It's just the problem that I have with Betrayal is that when the enemy starts firing at the other enemy that shot it, you have absolutely no clue if it's shooting at you or something behind you. And that's a problem. Get the Bibble. We don't really need the coupon anymore, to be honest, so I'm going to stick with the Bible. Book of Sin. I will be taking and using the Book of Secrets, of course. You know me, I gotta have my mapping, and oh my god, look at the size of this friggin' map. Not as bad as the one that was in Necropolis 2, but this one's pretty bad. But at least with the Bible, we're going to get a one-shot on Mom's Heart. And the Book of Secrets will let us know which direction is usually the right way to go, by just looking at the shape of the map. But yeah, sometimes with Betrayal, you really just don't know which side a mob is shooting at. And that can cause you to inadvertently dodge into something that you shouldn't dodge into. It's the same thing that we talked about yesterday with Saturnus. I used the Cracked Crown. Okay, gives a huge range upgrade. Then one shot Mom's Heart and get one final Devil Deal, and it's gonna be the Packed In Mom's Knife. It overrides Exploso and my reflection. No bleeding. Darn, I wish I had the coupon. I'll take both of them. It's going to put us down to 1 HP, but that's okay. Now, if I really wanted to, I could have taken Mom's Knife, died, and then either walked back into the Devil Deal or bombed my way back into it by losing another life with nine lives. But I am not too worried with this run. Even on 1 HP here, we've got 9 lives. We got Guppy. Should be a-okay. Thank you, Dry Baby. The most expected outcome there. The Blorbs. An Ans's Rune, which sure. We go ahead and use now. We already have the Book of Secrets, so this just tells me where I can and can't go. Now, all that being said, I would still like to get 1 Soul Heart before fighting Isaac, so I'm going to be looking for blue fires here. Oh, this was 2 Fistulas and a Greed. Gonna let the Guppy Flies take care of the clown physics. I am gonna. This is the reason why I saved all these bombs. If we can take out a blue fire. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that Soul Heart there. Now, why would I ever want to do that? Well, it's because I don't necessarily want to go clear this level, especially with all the cheap stuff that can happen. I don't want to lose that Soul Heart and then fight Isaac with 1 HP. This way, if we die, we don't lose the Soul Heart. I can just clear to Isaac, and then when we're ready, we can go pick up that Soul Heart, and then Bob's your uncle. Isaac gets dunked, and we're home free. See, like, something stupid could happen in here, like we get shot by a fire or something, and then I lose my collective gourd because of that. Which is my favorite 90s alternative rock band. They sing that song. There's a couple Collective Soul songs that I liked. I'm not gonna lie. I heard them, of course, much later than when they were first released, but okay. All right, you know. Let's see if we can Giga Chad this and just go no hit against Isaac. That way we can save the soul hearts for the next floor. Wouldn't that be cool? Think of the headlines. Think of the clips. Think of the likes. If we know hit Isaac here on 1 HP, you are obligated to hype and like this video. Look at that. That's my streamer right there. That's my Isaac YouTuber right there. Grab the soul heart. Let's go over here and grab the other one in the super secret room. We can get the strength card just in case something happens, but I sincerely doubt anything major is going to happen against Blue Baby. No Curse the Lost, which is a little bit surprising, to be honest, and it just god-awful. I mean, horrible chest here. You know, another moon card, just to make sure that the other one we had is still with us. Okay, well, it took us a long way. I don't know if it took us the right way, but guess we'll find out. Good run, though. Good run on a Tuesday here. We'll say that Fortune Cookie can at least help us out with our HP if we happen to lose any, which we just didn't here. If it's feeling spry, feeling generous, my God. I did not even see that bomb over there. We get Lil Chubby. Lil Chub. Man, this is the wrong way. Very good run, though. Very enjoyable. Shout out to the 9 volt making this one use per one fortune cookie per room use happen. Reverse magician card's fine. It does almost completely hard counter Blue Baby, so we'll take it. And of course, Mom's Knife Guppy kind of helps out a little bit too. But yeah, good start here to April. I see you, April. I see what you're doing now. Come on now. I've known a couple girls named April. They were all cool. And you're cool as well. And if you want to be someone even cooler, then make sure you click that like button and leave a comment down below. Of course, let me know if you're using those hype points, everybody. You can earn them by simply liking and commenting on the videos that you see here on YouTube, and then you can use them on the subsequent channel that you hype up and engage with, and it helps out a long way. A long, long, long way. So thank you for watching, everyone. Happy Tuesday, like I said. Hope you all had a great Easter. Hope you have a great start to your early week here in the Mosh Pit. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go post some memes of the day. We're still kind of missing out on the Reddit as well as on Discord. Post them, and I'll check them out. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like KidMac1968, P. Catons, Paradoxius Blackheart, and Katoryu. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.